Well, they're living in a world right now. I've seen it one of the other commentaries.
They should. Yeah.
Okay, good evening, everyone. It's that time of the evening where I get to say a few words to you, and thank you for coming out as usual every week. And I hope that many of you who are usually very, very busy, which I understand, have a little bit more time over the summer, and will see this place full and rocking with Torah learning all summer long, since we will be open and Partners in Torah will be running the entire summer, so I really hope to see you all. So this week we have a wonderful partnership that have been coming to Partners in Torah for a long time and learning together. That's Pascal Sharp and Faige Grossman. Sadly, Pascal lost her mother last week, and Faige wanted to honor her name by dedicating the learning tonight to Pascal's mother, and she would like to come up and say a few words as well. So Faige, please come up. Thank you.
Tonight is dedicated to Eloi Nishmas, Linda Esther Bat Mazal. This week's parasha is Parashat Baaloscha, which begins with the kindling of the menorah. Aaron is given the commandment about lighting the menorah. And if you know anything about last week's parasha was very repetitive. If you listen to the Torah portion, it was each of the tribal leaders bringing something to dedicate the tabernacle that was built in the Midbar, in the desert. And if you actually counted, you will see that not every tribe did it. Not every tribe brought this contribution. What tribe was missing? Anyone know what tribe was missing?
Levites.
The Levites. Good. What tribe is Aaron? The Levites. So the commentators ask about the timing or the setting of these two parashios next to each other, these two portions. And we're told that the reason that they're next to each other is because Aaron was really upset that he saw every Shevet have the opportunity to come forward and thank God for this, all that he had done for them and for the temple by bringing some sort of dedication gift, and only his tribe did not do it. And he was feeling down. He wanted the opportunity to be able to express appreciation to God, to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and he was missing out on this opportunity. So he was very upset. So the sages tell us, the Medrash tells us that, so God said to him, don't worry, you also are going to have something that you do as an expression of a relationship with God and gratitude, and it's the menorah. The Ramban, Nachmanides, actually says that when God said this to him, he was not referring to the actual menorah service in the temple. He's actually referring to years later, during the story of Hanukkah, when the temple was semi-destroyed, not fully destroyed, and when Aaron's descendants ultimately were the ones that waged the war as representatives of the Jewish nation, won, and then there was this oil that was found, and they were able to restart the service of the temple with this bottle of oil. So Ramban says when he was comforting Aaron, he wasn't talking about presence, he was talking about long, long time in the future. You know, when we say the Shema, we cover our eyes. And most people will say that we cover it because it's such a central part of our tefillah that we really want to concentrate. But I once saw somewhere a beautiful understanding of why we cover our eyes. We cover our eyes because when we're saying the Shema, a big part of what we're acknowledging is what you see is not what you get. There is much more than what we physically see with our eyes. So we're covering our eyes and acknowledging there's so much more out there than what we see. And I think when someone passes away, It gives us some time to reflect on the connection between the body and the neshama, and we have an opportunity to do things for the neshama, even though the neshama can't, to give it merit. And so I think the story of Aaron also shows us this idea that Aaron was feeling so bad, and God's saying, don't worry, in the end it will be fair. It'll even out. You'll have your chance. You might not see it in your lifetime, but over the course of time, it will happen. It will play out. And so we should be zochah to hold on to that thought, that there's more to life than what we see, and use it as inspiration to grow and become and continue coming to partners in Torah and learning and becoming and doing stuff that will help us build our lives to look like what we should look like, and our future, our olam haba, as well as those that we love.
Amen. Yeshakaya.